Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the settings for our first homepage for the Osaka 2 styling. So let me just kind of scroll down so you can see the layout that we will be building out. Okay, so heading over to the back end of our site, you'll add in your page title here. And then within the page templates, make sure that you are at the default page template, not the home page. Okay, so leave it as default. Within the custom header section, make sure that this option is also enabled. And then click here to enable your slideshow. We are using type C. Scroll down. We select the slideshow that we want to use for this page. Scrolling further down, these color settings are the same. They are left at default. Heading over to text content, this section is disabled. Then let's head on over to layout. And if we refer to our documentation, you can see that we've listed out the sections that we use within Home 1. So we'll start off by adding in section 4.4.2, which is featured items. So click here, add new block, and here we have 4.4.2 featured item. We will select either a blog post or a gallery, which is our featured item. Okay, as we scroll down, all of these options are left as default, so there are no adjustments that we need to make here. So what we'll do is just minimize this. Next off, we'll add in our next block, and this is section 4.3.3. So here we have section 4.3.3, block with links. Click here. For the block top padding and the block bottom padding, make sure that this is at 96 or 95 pixels and this is at 60 pixels. Okay, and as we scroll down, we need to add in a link. So for this section specifically, we're adding in 3 blocks. Let's just refer to our page. Yeah, there we go. And we'll have 3 blocks in the following area. So select an image. Click on select, add in your title, add in that link, and for the page or for the background color of that section, copy paste the following gray color. There we go, and repeat the process 2 more times. Alright, now we've finalized this area. In terms of fonts, everything remains untouched at this point. We'll do a separate video on fonts later on. Okay, so our next section is section 4.3.4. We'll scroll down, and for the background color, this is left at default, I believe. Alright, next off we need to add our items, our blog posts and galleries to this area. So let me just randomly select several options here. Okay, for the elements color, this is also left at default, however that can be adjusted per your preference and requirements. And scrolling further down, these areas are all pretty standard and remain untouched at this point. Okay, so let's go ahead and minimize the following section, and we'll click add new to add in our new block. And this is section 4.3.5, featured slideshow. Adjust your title here, add your slides. So we'll select an image, add in your top label. We'll then add some dummy text to that section, add in your button label, and also for the color settings, let's see, we have here, yeah, everything remains as default at this point. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So once again, we'll go ahead and minimize this section, and our next item is the About page, or a section from the About page. And we're using layout B for this area. So About page type B, and add in your title here. For the text area, let me just copy paste some dummy content into that area. We'll then add in a featured image. Alright, Alright, and at this point everything else remains the same. The only area that you need to disable is the display links area. So that needs to be disabled. Alright, so other than that, everything else remains the same for layout type B of our about section. Okay, so let's go ahead and publish our page. Now we'll then open it up in a new tab and just kind of see what we've come up with so far. Okay, so let's do a quick comparison between our two pages. So as you can see, the header settings and this text area is the same as within our demo. Then we have our featured post section. So all of that is the same. Browse by collection. Same here. Then we have a latest blog posts. Same would apply to this page. Then we have our testimonials area. And then we have our about section with the image and text right here. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So as you can see, Home 1 is pretty simple to build out. Home 2 is also relatively easy. We have all of the sections listed out here, and if there are any color changes, we've also made those notes in the following section as well. Okay, so this is it for Home 1. Let's go ahead and go on to our next video where we talk about the font settings that we have.